Welcome to Other Levels. In today's video, we will learn how to create this farm management dashboard using Microsoft Excel without VBA codes. This dashboard contains several analytics. Annual and monthly key status and statistics overview. Total monthly working capital expenditures and their breakdown. Weekly body weight chart showing the current record compared to the standards weights. Also, it highlights the lowest, highest, and average weights. And we can choose the displayed data according the penhouse number. Quantity and prices for feedstock. Many daily farm records, we can choose the data displayed by penhouse number, and dates. Total flock in the beginning and the end of stocking, plus the total mortality and percentage. Egg production, cumulative eggs and trays. Total feed intake, eggs cost and weights. Stocking date, hatched date, and bird's age. Daily egg register showing sales and stock status. Finally, comments and notice bar. These are the color codes used in the design, and the font type is Arial and Calibri. All our dashboard's template features are working in all versions of Excel, Mac and Windows operating systems. Let's start by enhance the spreadsheets first. We will leave the column A and column B empty for now, to add hyperlinks buttons here. We have separate reports, so you will learn how to combine multiple reports into one beautiful dashboard. And how to connect the slicer with a specific part than the other. As usual, we'll show the formats used for every part. Must unify the overall appearance of reports. And another worksheet is the penhouses report. We preferred to keep it in separate worksheet because it's have a large data. We finished the reports, now we will insert the buttons. And to set exact column size in both worksheets, we must use the cell size tool. Set 5.5 width for column A. And 0.27 for column B. Group the similar icons, then add a hyperlink to each of them. We will use the selection pane for easy control and modification the icons. Cell reference will be A1. Adding screen tip text is important. Repeat previously steps to the remaining icons. No space above the data table to add the title, so we will place it on the left side with a 90-degree rotation. Group all the elements, then copy and paste into the other worksheets and change the data table title. Delete the unused icons, and change the color of the correct used icon to yellow. Next, a very necessary step to avoid moving icons when updating the data, must choose this option. Do not to move or size with cells. We're done with it, now we're going to start designing the main dashboard. We'll use the cell size menu to adjust the widths. The first background color will be dark gray, appears as an outer frame. Set light gray color the main background for the dashboard. As usual, we have to hide the cell selection border using a rectangle having the same background color. The background is ready now. We will adjust the right side later. Let's start by adding a title to this dashboard and the company logo. Diversity in the font formats gives a better look. Let's begin the first analysis, annual and monthly key stats and statistics overview. We will distinguish this part by adding a light gray color on the right side of the background. I don't like the gray and white gradient, so I'll use shape to cover this gradient color to make it appear sharp instead. Write statistics overview in the first title. We'll add shortly the second dynamic title. This table contains financial values amounts for the current month and year. Insert pivot table in the pivot table worksheet. Add particulars in row field and the amounts in value field. Copy the financial values and paste them beside. We will use VLOOKUP formula to add the amounts. Add slicer to switch between the monthly and annual amounts. To know how to modify slicers, please watch the video above. I will add the duration in the filter field, to be used in the second dynamic title. We don't want empty data or the header to appear. Next, we start by adding the financial values names and their value, plus the currency symbol down below. Our currency is the Egyptian pound, and its abbreviation is the letter E and the pound symbol. Find good icons from Excel Online Images. It remains only to add the second dynamic title. The idea is simple, but it makes a big difference. I will use if formula. The explanation of the formula is if the value in the filter equal to word, years. Then write the current year's performance. If the result is different, write current month's performance. We are done with this analysis. Let's complete the dashboard right side background. We will now move to total monthly working capital expenditures and their breakdown. The white color is enough. The data table with the total are simple. Let's create a pivot table. We will repeat the same previous steps. But we will add the if error formula to avoid errors. And we will go back to adding it in the previous formula. We need 6 text boxes. Add a picture of workers while they work. It is better to avoid adding pictures that do not belong to your farm or the real workers. Crop of a picture using a square shape with rounded corners. We only need to show the right corners, and the left corners will be hidden using a white rectangle. Here we add the total working capital expenditures. Transparency 20%. Adjust spacing between text boxes using the Align tool. Align the text from right to left, so as not to overlap with the currency symbol that we will add on the right side. Now we connect each text box to its correct value. Gorgeous. We finished the top part, now we move on to the most important analyses in poultry farms. The weekly body weight chart showing the weekly weight record compared to the standard weights. I will explain to you the contents of this large spreadsheet. Here is the number of weeks, and the weight record starts from the week number 12 until the week number 90. In this column, showing numbering for 100 birds. For example, in the first cell, it shows the grams weight for the first bird in the first week. In the second cell, it shows the grams weight for the second bird in the first week, and so on until the 100. In here, we used a formula to find the weight average. And this will be the actual weight. As for the count row, it is the total number of birds, which is 100, as we explained before. This farm contains 3 pen houses. The first report is for the pen house number 1. And this is the report for the second pen house. And here the third house. Alright, now this is the table that we will use to create the line chart. It's having 3 columns, week number, minimum weight as per the standards, and highest weight as per the standards. Now we will add the actual weight to compare it with the standard weights. We will use the index formula, equals sign, index. Choose the row that containing the data. Type 2 commas, then, row A1. And close the bracket. And with that, we have finished adding actual weights data for pen house number 1. Now we want to add the actual weights for pen house number 2 and 3. Copy the standard weights and weeks numbers and paste them in the bottom of the table. Use the same formula but change the data source. Replace row number 8 with row number 111. As for the third pen house will be row number 313. Now your data table is completely ready, so let's insert a pivot table. Add the week numbers in the row field. And the 3 weights in the value field. We will now create a line chart and insert a pens houses numbers slicer. The actual weight appears in blue line, but to be more special than others we will add a gradient shade in below. By re-adding the actual weight to the pivot table. Then select the line and change it to area chart. Remove borders. Set white and green gradients colors. For the greens, keep it transparent in 70% and 100% for the white. And yellow is the lowest weights as per the standards. The red line is the highest weights as per the standards. Beautiful. Now we need a title for this analysis. In addition, it's better if we highlight in which week was the highest weight reached, and in which week was the lowest weight reached. Finally, the actual average weights during weeks. First, to find the lowest value, write (-min). Then choose the range you want to search in. Second, to find the highest value, write (maximum), then choose the range you want to search in. To find the week number for the lowest and highest weight, we cannot use VLOOKUP formula. As you can see, the week number column is before the actual weight column, and the VLOOKUP formula searches from left to right only. For this, we will use the XLOOKUP formula. XLOOKUP. Select the value to search for, then select its range. Then the targeted values range. As you can see now, the lowest weight was in week number 16. Let's connect the text box with the week number cell. But as you see, adding week number only is not so good. So, we will add a text sentence using concatenate formula. Double quotes. Then enter the text. Week number hashtag, double quotes, comma, then close the brackets and press enter. Now, as you can see, the text has been merged with the week number which extracted from the XLOOKUP formula. At the bottom we'll place the average weights. Now we want to add a button to move to the detailed report. We will use an arrow and add a hyperlink to it. It is important to add a legend that shows the meaning of these 3 lines. We are done with this complicated analysis. Next, quantity and prices for feedstock. The data table contains feeds names, their prices, and quantities. We do not need to create a pivot table, we just insert a bar chart directly from this table. Add adjustments on the fonts and bars. Use the sum formula to find the total price and quantity. Let's start creating the daily farm records. This section contains many data that must be recorded daily. We will add a title for this section on the left side. Add a title text box and rotate it 270 degrees. Copy the background to use. This is a database table that contains all daily records. It must be shown all, but you need to create pivot tables for each value. Add the value in the value field. Reinsert pivot table by copy the current one and paste. For your information, we can combine them all into one pivot table, but we prefer this method to avoid errors. Now the data are ready. We will use the penhouse slicer to find data related to each penhouse. And also the timeline slicer. Let's connect the slicer to all the pivot tables that we have created. Right-click, Report Connections, then check on the All Tables. Let's move them to the dashboard. Try to round the pivot tables beside each other. Hide items with no data and remove the header. It is better to put the two slicers in one rectangle. Should add a title to explain the meaning of these numbers. And we'll separate them with a light gray line. We finished the part, and now let's add the first daily analyze, which is total flock in the beginning and the end of stocking, plus the total birds mortality and percentage. We will try to add data in a way that is easy to understand. Insert a rounded rectangular shape as the background for the total beginning stock and end stock. Here the number of the flock as mentioned, we have 3 flocks. As explained before, you cannot choose the cell directly from the pivot table. So write the cell number manually. Or for ease, choose the cell at the bottom of the table and then change only the cell number. Now connect the text boxes to the correct cells. Decimal separators show numbers clearly. Increase the button height a little. We will add a line between them with the addition of an icon for a chick at the beginning of stock, and a chicken at the end of stock. During the stocking period, much poultry die, so prefer to add the total and the percentage in the middle. The online images have many icons suitable for a dead chicken. Simple and understandable. Next, the egg production, cumulative eggs and trays. Also, total feed intake, eggs cost and weights. The pictures are sufficient to clarify the contents of these two analyses. Now connect the text boxes to the correct cells. We are done here, and we will move to the next part. Adding breed name, stocking date, hatched date, and bird's age. Now the daily egg register, and we will change the appearance using 4 squares. 1 to use as an analysis title, and 3 squares to add the data. The title square should include a picture showing the egg trays. Crop the image using square with rounded edges, to be in line with the other squares. Now we will add a fade green color on the image to add the white text on it. The money icon, you will find it in the icons menu, and the rest from Excel Online Images. The last part of this dashboard is a bar for comments and notices about the farm's overall performance. The idea is simple, but very useful for the general messages. This is the table containing the notice title and the comment, plus the name and position of the author of the comment, and finally, date. Connect the text boxes directly from this table. To protect the dashboard with the possibility of using the slicers only, select all elements and shapes except the slicers. Then choose Don't Move or Size with Cells, and choose Lock. Then choose All Slicers. And uncheck the Lock option. In addition, chose Disable Resizing and Moving. Unfortunately, this feature does not apply to timeline slicers, so we will only uncheck Lock option. Go to the Review menu and select Sheet Protection. For the dashboard sheet, we will choose only these two options. Then add protection code. I hope you learned something useful today. Thank you and see you in the next video.